You acknowledged it last year. I don't know if you remember. This is your first podcast that you did this in the public.
My first podcast ever?
Well, no, the first podcast was a member of the Heat.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Love it. Love it. Let's do it.
That was before you launched your own successful podcast.
There you go.
How's that going?
It's going well. How's yours? You guys enjoying it?
It's much better now.
There you go. How is it getting guests? That's the worst part for me.
We usually just show up to places like this and put a table out.
Yeah,
and just hope
it's a good way to do it. There you
We
go.
went outside popular restaurants. And
there you go.
How do you get guests? As a player, how do you get guests? Because for media, we just go through like Heat PR and talk and stuff like that. But for you, there's not like media PR to talk to.
Yeah, I usually just try to use my network the best that I can. So, people that I have relationships with, or kind of like use other people to connect me with, another player somewhere else. So I try not to like pester or badger people about like, hey, come on, but it's more so like if people want to come on, then we would love to have them. We've had a couple moments where people have like reached out about coming on, which is always cool because it's like, yeah, of course, we'd love to talk to you.
What's the success rate for you? Like, is it like a 50-50?
In terms of booking guests?
Yeah, like you reach out
man, you got to throw out a lot of feelers. There's a lot of no's,
Yeah.
There's a lot of no's, but I mean, it's also like a lot of people will be like, can't do it this, like let's circle back.
A lot more scheduling.
Yeah. So I actually don't do a lot of the actual scheduling. I just more am like reaching out to people like, hey, do you want to come on? And then I have them figure it out with somebody else.
Who's your guest? Like if you had to add a good name that you wanted to add on the show.
Guest?
Yeah, the dream guest.
Yeah, dream guest. Just because we talk a lot about basketball, I think Steph would be a great one. He kind of embodies the long shot thing. Very under recruited, small college basketball, and then to go on to multiple champion, MVP, all that stuff. I think he'd be a great guest. So yeah, he'd be a good one for sure.
If you guys would have played him in the finals, maybe you could have exchanged.
Yeah, right. In between games 3 and 4, that would be good.
Pop on the Draymond show.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, that would have been interesting.
Tell me a little bit about your off season. You come out, after the Eastern Conference Finals. What's an off season for Duncan Robinson look like?
Yeah, first and foremost, just kind of regroup. Take a little bit of time, just kind of reassessing, reevaluating, and then just taking some downtime as well. Taking some time away from it, just kind of let the body rest, and then from there it's just all about just building it back up, being honest about kind of where you're at, trying to remove the emotions from last year and just kind of be more practical about, all right, this is the reality, let's kind of move forward and improve on what we need to improve on. So, for that, just kind of reassessing and then just really locking into, developing a routine. I'm a big routine-oriented person, so that's why I spent most of the offseason down here in Miami. Just has everything that I need and was able to just really, really develop a consistent routine, which I'm, was excited to lock in. So, now that the season is coming around, the routine shifts. It requires different things, so I'm excited to lock into a rhythm with that as well.
When you talk about routine, does that mean like just what you're doing practice-wise, or is it like I wake up at this time, I'm eating this? And
routine all the way through. Like I said, I'm very much a routine-oriented person. So basically, my Monday through Saturdays are pretty much accounted for, with a little bit of variability in there, here and there. But Sunday I like to just kind of chill and do some kind of like something active, but then for the most part, just kind of like get away from it as well. Play like another sport or do something fun, just outside of basketball.
Are you a Miamian now?
If they'll accept me, I would like to consider myself one.
I think you've been accepted. You've been here for 4 years now.
Yeah, this is my 5th year, which is crazy. My first year I was in South Dakota some, but yeah, for the most part, almost 4 or 5 years. So I love Miami. I love the city of Miami.
You stayed here in the off season.
In the summer too, right?
You could have gone anywhere.
Were you rooting for the Dolphins or the Patriots week 1?
See, that's an interesting one.
Oh, we know the answer.
I've become a Fins fan, and it feels like I'm probably, opportunistic and become a little bit of a bandwagoner.
He's not there anymore.
Yeah, I grew up a diehard Patriots fan. I'm not really anymore, though. There's something about, like, also once you get to a certain age, for me at least, like, it became a little bit harder for me to, like, root for New England-based teams. So, but yeah, I like the Dolphins. I was rooting for them yesterday. They had a great win, obviously. So it's exciting times to be a Miami football fan, for sure. Unless not UM, but Miami Dolphins at least, yeah.
Planting seeds.
You got to throw that dig in there. Throw that dig in there, right?
Yeah, no, it's not a dig. It's just, the real UM is solid. University of Michigan, we're doing just fine this year.
That was the dig. That was the dig.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. Depends where you are. It's locational, you know what I mean?
Right.
If I just landed in Detroit and I say UM, everyone's going to think it's talking about Michigan.
We can all agree that the Ohio State University is dumb.
Yeah,
they don't get the letter the.
Word
the. They don't
Even
get
I guess they did. They won it
trademarked
in like a trademark. Yeah, it's crazy. So.
Is there a go-to restaurant for you now that you're a Miamian?
Oh, I got a bunch, man. I love KYU. That's a favorite of mine.
Second, Omer said he was.
Yeah, I put O on.
So you turned him on to that?
Yeah, of course. I love Q. Q's a great spot. They're great people over there as well. I love Osaka, great spot. A lot of people come at Miami Pizza, but Miami Slice, what they're doing, I don't know if you've had it.
I've got to check it out. It's all over my Instagram.
They're
it's like
amazing.
The thing that comes up number 1 on my
My guy Alejandro over there, they're doing great things.
They're opening up a regular store because before it was just pop-up or something like that?
Yeah, now they have brick and mortar, but they still have like limited hours just because they got a lot of demand and not a lot of people working. They only hire like very specific people that really know how to make their pizza.
Right.
Otherwise, they won't hire them. So they have like limited staff, but they make great food.
You applied? You seem like you know a lot about
I
the
thought
application
about
process.
it, man. I mean, a little off-season hobby, yeah. But
well, you're a Northeastern guy.
Yeah.
I respect it. We could talk about pizza the rest of the show.
That's fine with me.
Because you're right. There was not great Miami pizza around here for a
was
very
not.
long time.
That is very. Look, I don't like cursing on the podcast. That is horseshit. I've been a Miamian my whole life. Pizza's been great here. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
They have like a different style of their own pizza. Like what's the one out in Key Biscayne that's really good? They
Sir
make
Pizza?
like the pepperoni.
Sir Pizza, yeah.
Yeah, Sir Pizza. Like that's very unique.
My man knows what he's talking about.
Yeah,
he is a Miamian.
But in terms of like universally appreciated great pizza, I hadn't experienced a spot yet, and Miami Slice is definitely that.
It's more of like that New York style.
I think anybody
thin
would
crust
come and try
stuff.
Miami Slice and be like, damn, their stuff is legit.
I want to try it. Apparently, there's something right here in Bayside called Ben's Pizza that people say
I've
is very
not been
similar.
there.
I didn't even know it existed. That place is so big. It's like amazing.
I don't spend a lot of time in
I don't
Bayside.
blame
No
you.
disrespect to
No.
Bayside, but
It's
a little bit
tourist
tourist.
trap.
No,
Unless you're going
that's
to
a
Bubba-
Miami thing.
unless you're going to Bubba Gumps.
It's like this thing on Times Square or something like that. If you're in New York, yeah, you're
Right.
Nobody goes to Bayside actually. Do you still go to Taco Factory? Is that what it is?
I go to Taco Stand. That's one of my favorites. And there's actually another really good one. It's up north a little bit, but it's 222 Taco. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. Do you guys know Sushi Erica?
Yeah, I know that.
Sushi Erica is amazing. It's right in that little area, like North Bay Village or whatever it is. You should check out 222 Taco. Yeah.
You got like a food
The
column.
cultural knowledge, you know.
Oh man, I'm tapped in, man. I'm locked in. Like I said, I spend my time
I
there.
think it's locked on.
I'm locked on. I'm locked on Miami, locked on Heat. There you go.
So what's your go-to? Like, do you use Yelp? Is it word of mouth? Like, how are you finding spots?
So
Instagram?
People give me a hard time for this. I'm big word of mouth, but then the other one is I don't use Yelp really for reviews, but I'll use Yelp to look at pictures. So if it looks good on Yelp, the pictures, or if I'm like sitting down at a place, I'm like, oh, what should I order? I'll look at the pictures on Yelp to decide what I want to order in terms of what looks good. So
is it weird when the waiter's like right over your shoulder, like looking at you, looking at the
I got no shame. And I also that's the other thing like I really enjoy doing is like not sitting down at a restaurant and having like a preconceived notion of what I'm going to order, but instead like, hey, what do you recommend? What's your favorite? Because I feel like, you obviously get to connect with the people as well, but then you also get like what they think their best stuff is, or maybe what their favorite is, depending on, who you're working with waiter-wise, waitress-wise.
How are Heat fans? How do Heat fans treat you on a day-to-day basis?
It's good. I mean, it's nothing but love. I pretty much stay low key. There's a lot of guys on our team that can't go anywhere or be out anywhere. Tyler, Jimmy, Bam, I'm sure.
Wait, Tyler he's getting mobbed by fans?
I imagine,
There's those videos of that girl crashed her car because she was like trying to get a picture.
That's one particular person. I don't know if it's a Miami thing. Like, I don't know if people would crash their cars to speak to Tyler here nowadays.
It's his record of it.
I think so. Yeah, I mean,
you're not up there?
No.
You're more low key than that? Can you still go incognito around places and stuff?
For sure. I mean, I think it's mostly there's the Miami's that happen in the city. There's a lot going on. So,
but you're 6'7".
Yeah, people probably ask you.
People don't really think that I'm as tall as I am. People, if I were to ask somebody on the street how tall do you think I am, they'd probably say like, oh, maybe you're 6'4", 6'3". Like people have a bad gauge over how tall people
you
are.
don't hunch your shoulders or anything like that, do you?
Nah. I got good posture. Try at least. Try.
If you had to do, we're asking this to everybody, but I feel like you're the best person to ask because you love food so much. If you had to do, you get to pick one. You either do media day every week, all season long, or never get to eat pizza again your whole life. You have to pick one of those things.
I'd never eat pizza. I have no problem. I mean, I love pizza, but doing this every day for a week,
every week for the whole season, not every day for a week. Yeah, I don't know which one's worse.
Yeah,
what it was every month?
Like
once a month
for
the season.
I'll still not eat pizza for a season.
Okay.
Or is it pizza for the rest of my life?
Whole life.
I don't know. I mean, this has been fun, but the media stuff is.
We got some really good information from Dwayne Dedman, but what is it about media day that you personally don't like? He has no filter, so
I think the thing that I don't like is the repetitiveness, and also the fact that like we're basically doing the same thing year in year out. So like, not that I can't imagine what it's like for UD, right? Like he's. Like you're telling me there aren't enough. Yeah, well, there aren't enough photos of him floating around where you guys have to take more. Like it just seems ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Is there any like a new pose or anything that you got to do?
No.
Photos?
Nope.
Always the same poses.
Basically the same stuff. I mean, this has been a nice change of pace, relatively speaking. Nice.
Yeah.
With all due respect, just because I'm looking at the end of my day here, and you guys are keeping me from the end of my day. So just keep that in mind, as you know.
All right,
last question.
Just kidding.
Jimmy?
What's one thing that Jimmy Butler is not good at?
I mean, he doesn't want to see me in tennis, so.
Oh.
You challenged him and he won't do it?
Yeah. There's an outstanding challenge. So
there it is.
I'm not saying he's not good. I've never seen him play, but
he won't take you up on it. Like he's
no, he probably will. He just hasn't. I'm not saying he's like scared or anything.
I
but
think you are.
He just hasn't.
I think you put out the challenge.
He just hasn't.
We're going to our dozens of listeners saying that
me.
Jimmy Butler is scared of Duncan Robinson.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's scared or he's got a busy schedule, so there's a lot going on. But I'd probably say that.
Well, that'll do it, man.
All right, cheers.
Thanks so much.
Robinson,
appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
Good luck this season.
Have a good one.